Hi, my name is Hannah Visser, and this is my speech, informative speech on nursing. Here's my audience. All right. So Kristen Bell once said, "Our job as nurses is to cushion the sorrow and celebrate the joy every day while we are just doing our jobs." Most people in this class are still trying to figure out what exactly they would like to do with their lives. So I hope that my speech can inform you and maybe motivate you to study nursing. I'm currently a nursing student here at Liberty, so I have been made aware of what the job is like and I've been really immersed in the field. Nurses tend to deal with people that have no hope, so they are willing to do basically anything for survival, which creates the most perfect moment for a nurse to share the glory of Jesus and how they will go to heaven if they believe in Him. I will first talk about my passion for nursing and how I got it. Next, I will talk about the importance of nurses and the difference between doctors and nurses. And lastly, I will speak about how I can bring people to Christ through nursing. So my first point is how nursing has been something I've been extremely passionate about since I was really young. My mom is a nurse, so I credit her for this passion. She was constantly coming home from the office or the hospital with the most amazing stories. Each one was so different from one another, which was so fascinating to me. I was always wanting to learn more about her job and what else goes on every day. There's also such a variety of scenarios that would occur. Not one story was similar to another, which always kept me on my feet. Another reason for my passion for nursing is how important that they are to the patient. Nurses are just as important as the doctors and other medical staff, and maybe even more important, and I feel nurses tend to be overshadowed by doctors. However, the doctors are usually only with the patient to prescribe the medications and treatments, but the nurses perform a lot of the procedures and assessments that the patient needs, and due to this, they're with the patients during so much of their stay at the hospital, which really makes such a valuable relationship. The nursing degree says doctors are limited to their specialized fields, whereas nurses are able to work across several wards or units depending on their job descriptions. This shows just how valuable nurses are and how they're able to perform numerous separate tasks, unlike the doctors. A lot of times, the nurse is the last person the patient sees or speaks to before they meet with God in heaven. Most patients that my mom sees has very minimal time left in their lives, and this causes the patient to be super vulnerable. Depending upon what floor of the hospital you're working on, the situations are all so extremely different. UC Davis Medical Center says there are orthopedic/trauma units, surgical specialty units, trauma nursing units, oncology units, cardiology units, etc. So unlike maybe like the labor and delivery floor, which is filled with primarily miracles because a child is being brought into the world every hour. But the pediatric floor or the elderly floors with elderly people tend to deal with a lot of pain and death, which is really sad. My mom once told me a story about a woman she was helping deliver a baby for. The father of the child had left her and she did not have a good family life. So this woman was really scared to, one, just give birth in general without having any family or support there with her. And once the baby was born, she was super scared about how she was going to raise the child and provide for it financially and just be there for her. So my mom asked this woman if she could pray for her, and the woman said yes because she was just so willing to have any kind of support given to her. And through this, the woman accepted Christ, which I think is just such an awesome story, and my mom is still in touch with this woman, so it just shows what a beautiful relationship can come out of being a nurse. Nurses truly are such a vital part of the patient's lives. So in conclusion, nursing is such a passion of mine because my family history with nursing, as well as the importance and value nurses bring to patients' lives. Being a nurse provides such an ample opportunity to share God's love, which helps me fulfill my duties here on earth. If you're searching for a great career field, nursing can definitely fit this criteria. Thank you.